Let me ask you something simple, but powerful. Have you ever walked into a room and felt completely invisible? Not because people didn't see you, but because your presence didn't register. You spoke, but no one really listened. You acted, but it changed nothing. You were there, but you blended into the background like wallpaper in a loud room. Here's the uncomfortable truth most won't tell you. Society doesn't respect weakness. It notices strength. And strength isn't loud. It's not arrogance, it's presence. Right now, whether you realize it or not, every room you enter is silently judging you. Not by your words, but by how you carry yourself. The way you speak, the way you pause, the way you exist. In less than 10 seconds, you're being sorted unconsciously into a hierarchy. Are you the one who leads or fades? And if you speak too fast, try too hard, laugh nervously, or rush to impress, you're not seen as confident, you're labeled as desperate. And here's the problem. Once you're seen that way, it's almost impossible to rewrite that image. But what if I told you that all of this could shift? What if one tiny adjustment in how you hold yourself could flip the entire dynamic? This isn't about faking confidence or pretending to be someone else. This is about reclaiming what's already yours, the power of silent control. And it starts with something most people ignore. One small move that changes how every person sees you before you even say a word. Stick around, because I'm going to show you exactly what that move is. Once you use it, you'll never walk into a room the same way again. Have you ever noticed how the loudest person in the room rarely holds the most power? Think about the last time someone walked into a space and instantly captured everyone's attention, not by shouting, not by rushing to speak, but by doing something so subtle, so intentional, that it rewired the entire dynamic. They paused. That's it, a pause, a moment of silence. And yet that pause said everything. Let's talk about one of the most underestimated weapons in human interaction, the power pause. A simple shift in how you respond can instantly elevate your status in any room, any conversation, and any relationship. Let me show you how it works and why it works so well. Part 1. The silent signal of dominance. Here's the reality. Weak men talk fast. They rush to fill silences, speak in high-pitched tones, and constantly seek approval with every word. It's like they're afraid that if they don't keep talking, they'll disappear. That if they don't explain themselves, they'll be forgotten. But powerful men, they pause. They don't rush to speak because they're not desperate to be heard. They don't fear silence, they use it. They make you wait. And in that waiting, something incredible happens. You start to pay closer attention. You lean in. You respect their words before they're even spoken. Try this the next time someone asks you a question. Don't answer immediately. Count to 3 in your head. Hold the gaze. Let the silence stretch just enough. And then speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak with presence. You've just flipped the power dynamic. You're no longer reacting. You're leading. Part 2. Nature's lesson. The quiet king rules. In nature, the most dominant creatures don't make the most noise. The lion doesn't roar before it hunts, it moves in silence. The true alpha in any pack doesn't need to assert dominance verbally. Its presence alone sets the tone. It leads by being watched, not by being loud. And that's exactly how power works in human behavior too. We're not drawn to those who scream for attention, we're drawn to those who command it without asking. There's something magnetic about a person who can hold silence with confidence. It makes us wonder what they're thinking. It makes us want to hear what they have to say next. That's the paradox of silence. It speaks louder than noise when it's used with purpose. Part 3. Silence creates psychological tension. Here's a truth backed by behavioral psychology. The human brain hates uncertainty. We are wired to resolve unknowns, to close loops, to fill gaps. So when someone pauses before they speak, when they don't immediately fill the silence, it creates tension. That tension becomes power. People don't just hear you anymore. They feel you. Every word starts to carry weight. Every sentence feels more important. The moment you stop talking nonstop, others start leaning in. Not because you said something brilliant, but because you didn't say anything at all. That pause made them curious. That pause made them respect you. Part 4. Fewer words, greater value. Fast talkers often seem anxious, unsure, or insecure. It's not just perception, it's biology. Quick, nervous speech signals a lack of control. But when you speak slowly and deliberately, your tone says something your words don't. I am calm. I am certain. I am in control. You don't need filler words like maybe or I think. You don't rush to finish your sentences. You own your pace and people feel that. In a world that's constantly shouting, slowing down becomes a form of power. Because here's the secret. The less you try to prove your value, the more people assume you have it. Part 5. How to apply this in real life. Let's bring this down to something practical. Here's exactly what to do the next time you're in a conversation. When someone asks you a question, pause for 2 seconds. Maintain eye contact. Don't look away. Speak slowly, with intention. No rushing, no filler. Just calm, clear delivery. And now, watch what happens. Watch how their body shifts, how their tone softens, how their eyes stay locked on yours. Notice how the energy in the room begins to bend around you, not because you raised your voice, but because you didn't. You didn't rush, you didn't explain, you didn't chase approval. You simply paused and took control. Final reflection. Most people will never understand this. They'll keep talking fast, keep over-explaining, keep trying to prove their worth in a world that doesn't reward noise, it rewards presence. But you're different now. You understand that silence isn't empty. It's full of meaning, full of power. And when you learn to pause not as hesitation, but as intention, you become unforgettable. You walk into rooms and energy shifts. You speak less and get heard more. You stop chasing respect and start receiving it automatically. Because the world doesn't just notice loud people, it notices grounded ones. The question is, next time you speak, will you let the silence lead? You have 2 choices. You can keep doing what most people do: talk fast, chase approval, hope someone finally notices you. Or you can pause, let silence speak first, and watch the room shift in your favor. That's the difference between being ignored and being respected. The reality is, 99% of people will ignore this technique. They'll keep rambling, over-explaining, seeking validation, and keep wondering why no one listens. But if you're the 1% who gets ITF, you understand the hidden power of a well-timed pause, and everything changes. Because the person who controls the silence controls the room. So, here's the question. Do you want to be the one who owns the space? Or just another voice fading into the background? Try the pause today. Try it once. Then watch. Watch how people lean in. How their energy adjusts to yours. How their respect grows without you having to raise your voice. And when you feel that shift, comment below. Tell us what you noticed. Because pure daily motivation isn't just a channel. It's a movement. A movement for those reclaiming quiet power. Power isn't given, it's taken. So subscribe right now. Or stay weak forever. The choice is yours.